हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, गुड मॉर्निंग। मैं डॉक्टर प्रदीप, सीनियर जूलॉजी फैकल्टी। आज मैं आप लोगों को क्लास 12th बायो की थर्ड चैप्टर ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन पढ़ाने जा रहा हूँ। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई हैव टू एक्सप्लेन अबाउट रिप्रोडक्शन. सो इट इज अ बायोलॉजिकल प्रोसेस in which living organism produce same kind of individuals for continuity the rest of their species. So if you see man to man, डॉग टू डॉग, कैट टू कैट. यदि आप यहां पर देखते हैं, मेल having testis is primary male reproductive organ is your neat question. It forms sperms. Sperms are the male gamete. Female having ovary. Female primary reproductive organs. ये आपकी neat question. यहां पर मैं स्टार बना रहा हूं. It produces ovum. After fusion of both male and female gamete, there is formation of zygote. This zygote is single cell but two end. You may ask, is your next question, a sperm is single cell, ovum is single cell, then after fertilization, how to say zygote is single cell? Because during fertilization, only the head of a sperm fuses with ovum. In zygote, there is mitotic division, is also neat question. There is mitotic division, then there is formation of morula. Morula changes into blastula. Blastula changes into gastrula. Then there is formation of three germinal layers. In three germinal layers, there is a process called organogenesis where different organs of the body are formed, and finally there is formation of fetus. This fetus may be either male or female. Male or female. So it's your chart where sexual reproduction takes place in human beings. Just now I am going to explain types of reproduction. First of all, you know, types of reproduction is not given in your NCERT book, but so many questions have come from this topic, types of reproduction. So if you see types of reproduction, it is of two types. Here दो प्रकार के होते हैं. The first one is asexual reproduction, and the second one is sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, is very simple. There is no formation and fusion of gametes, while in sexual there is formation and fusion of gametes. आपको मालूम है, male gamete is a sperm while female gamete is ovum. Sperms are formed in testes while an ovum is formed in ovary. It is uniparental. Asexual reproduction is uniparental. Only one parent takes part in reproduction, while sexual reproduction is biparental. Both parents of different sex. Both parents of different sex. The third one is there is no variation, while in sexual reproduction there is variations. First point is also very important. Asexual reproduction, it doesn't take part in organic evolution. Then you may ask why? Because there is no variations, while sexual reproduction takes part in organic evolution. आप पूछ सकते हैं क्यों? Because there is variations. So four major points have come in your NEET या AIMS level examinations. The first one is there is no variations in asexual reproduction and it doesn't take part in organic evolution. Is your second question. The third one is in sexual reproduction there is variations, and the fourth one is it takes part in organic evolution. अब इसके बाद मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करने जा रहा हूँ इवेंट्स ऑफ ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्शन. शुरू कर रहे हैं events of reproduction. The first one is gametogenesis. So simple. Gametogenesis, formation of gametes. All you know well, male gametes are sperm while female gamete is ovum. The second one is insemination, transfer and deposition of male gametes inside female reproductive tract. The third one is fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes. Implantation, the attachment of blastocyst with endometrium of uterus of female. It occurs after 7 days of fertilization. Gestation period. What is gestation period? It is the embryonic development after fertilization to till childbirth. In human beings, the gestation period is 9 months, and in elephant, it is 22 months. Is your next question? The largest gestation period is found in option is elephant, lion, tiger, या human beings. Then you have to choose an elephant. The last one is delivery या parturition. Simply it is said to be birth. Is your next question? Birth is also said to be. Look here. Is your next question? Birth is delivery is also said to be. So it is also said to be parturition. How does it occur? When there is fully development of fetus and placenta, then there is birth of fetus. So just now I have explained about the events of reproduction. Now, next topic is the features of human reproductive system. This topic is also very important for you. So you see what are the main features of human reproduction. The first one is non-seasonal. So especially in human beings, it is non-seasonal. Any time sexual reproduction can take place. The second one is there is internal fertilization. Is your next question? Fertilization occurs in ampulla of fallopian tube. The third one is development of fetus inside the uterus of mother. The fourth one, placenta is formed. This placenta is said to be hemochorionic placenta. The fifth one is viviparous, gives young ones, and the last one is parental care. So, is your internal fertilization, where in ampulla is your big question. Placenta is formed, is homochorionic placenta, and mammals, the human beings, said to be viviparous, and parental care. Parental care, baby is looked after by their parents. तो आप देख रहे हैं ह्यूमन रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स. यहाँ से भी बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन आपको एग्जाम में आए हुए हैं कि अभी आप चार्ट को देखेंगे तो इसको हमने 2 भागों में बांट दिया है, मेल एंड फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स. मेल को फिर हमने 2 भागों में बांट दिया है, प्राइमरी मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स और सेकेंडरी मेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स. So what are the major differences between primary and secondary reproductive organs? Primary, the glands which are able to form gametes are said to be primary reproductive organs. In case of male humans, testes are the male primary organs. The secondary male reproductive organs, the organs don't form gametes but help in reproduction. So what are the example of secondary male reproductive organs? The first one is your penis. The second one is epididymis, vas efferentia, vas deferentia. आप accessory glands को देखेंगे. In human, there are 3 accessory glands. The first one is seminal vesicles. The second one is prostate gland, and the third one is Cowper's gland. it is also said to be bulbourethral glands. So यहाँ पे all these are your next questions. So the first one is testis, one question. Secondly, male reproductive organs is your epididymis, vas differentia, and accessory glands. All these three, 1, 2, 3 is your main questions. इसी तरह से यदि हम फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स को देखेंगे तो प्राइमरी, अभी मैंने आपको बताया हूं कि द ऑर्गन्स फॉर्म गैमेट्स, ओवरीज, एंड सेकेंडरी फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन्स इज योर ब्रेस्ट, यूटेरस, विजाइना, फैलोपियन ट्यूब एंड एक्सेसरी ग्लैंड्स लाइक बर्थोलिन ग्लैंड्स. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन में आया हुआ है बर्थोलिन ग्लैंड इज, योर ऑप्शन इज मेल accessory glands, female accessory glands, both, yeah, none. Then you have to choose. Bartholin gland is the accessory glands of female secondary reproductive organs. अब आपके सामने मेल प्राइमरी रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन टेस्टिस इन डिटेल्स मैं आपको एक्सप्लेन करूंगा. सो इज योर टेस्टिस is your primary male reproductive organ, is your deep question. Second, it is mesodermal in origin. It is also your deep question. That is thermoregulation. The fourth one is the size is 4 to 5 centimeter इसकी लेंथ होती है और 2 to 3 सेंटीमीटर इसकी चौड़ाई होती है. Location, it is located in an abdominal cavity of fetus during pregnancy of mothers up to 7 months. यदि आप यहाँ फिगर देखेंगे fetus की abdominal cavity, then there is location of testis. It is located in an abdominal cavity. Here is your testis. Is your abdominal cavity, testis. After 7 months of pregnancy, this testis descends in a cavity called a scrotal sac, scrotum. So after 7 months of pregnancy, if you see the position of testis, it comes out from an abdominal cavity to your scrotum. Here is your testis. Then you may ask why. There is descent of testis from an abdominal cavity to a scrotal sac. From here you may get 6 medical questions. So first of all, your first next question is the normal body temperature of human body is 37 degrees centigrade. So is your first question. 37. The normal temperature of a scrotal sac is 35 degrees centigrade. Is your second. Difference temperatures between abdominal cavity to a scrotal sac is your 2 degrees centigrade. Optimum temperatures of spermatogenesis is 35 degrees centigrade. 35 degrees centigrade. Optimum temperature of spermatogenesis means formation of sperms in testis is about 35 degrees centigrade. So at optimum temperatures, if there is a spermatogenesis, there is no chance for dying sperms inside the human body. The third one is cryptorchidism. कभी-कभी क्या होती है कि there is no descent of testis from an abdominal cavity to a scrotal sac. Is the condition. So if you see, is your abdominal cavity of fetus, is your scrotal sac, and there is testis. Is your abdominal cavity, is your scrotal sac, and there is testis. In this condition, is your next question, what happens in cryptorchidism? Means there is a spermatogenesis, but all the sperms die due to high temperatures. So there is no chance of pregnancy of females. Now see, testis. There is a spermatocord is your one question. What are the major components of a spermatic cord? The master muscles and connective tissue. The second one is Darter's muscles. इस Darter's muscles के कारण दिस स्क्रोटल सैक की मूवमेंट या तो एब्डोमिनल कैविटी से दूर जाती है या नजदीक आती है. Especially in summer season, this scrotal sac moves away from an abdominal cavity due to high temperatures. So what happens due to high temperatures? This scrotal sac moves away from an abdominal cavity because due to high temperature, if a spermatogenesis process occurs, all sperms die due to high temperature, so it moves. In winter season, that body temperature is 37 degrees. Normal body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. So this scrotal sac moves near to abdominal cavity for getting heat. So Darter's muscles and the master muscles, these muscles are found in scrotal sac. अब ये देखते हैं टेस्टिस की थोड़ी क्लासिफिकेशन देख लेते हैं. यहाँ से मिनिमम 10 क्वेश्चंस नीट एग्जामिनेशन में आपको आए ओनली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ लोकेशन. सो यहाँ पर हमने टेस्टिस को क्लासिफाई कर दिया है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ लोकेशन. द फर्स्ट वन इज इन एक्स्ट्रा एब्डोमिनल टेस्टिस. सो सिंपल. व्हेन टेस्टिस इज लोकेटेड outside from abdominal cavity in the scrotal sac, which is said to be extra abdominal cavity. और इसके एग्जाम्पल is your human beings. So is your first question extra abdominal, example is your human beings. अब यहाँ पर देखें, the second one is intra abdominal testis. That means testis lies only in an abdominal cavity. There is no scrotal sac या scrotum. Example whale और दूसरी एग्जाम्पल है आपकी एलिफेंट. क्वेश्चन को थोड़ी सी ट्विस्ट कर दिया गया है. इंट्रा एब्डोमिनल टेस्टिस इज फाउंड इन, option is not given, well, order is given Cetacea. Your order is given Cetacea, Cetacea, Cetacea. Yeah, elephant is the member of Cetacea proboscidea. Proboscidea elephant. So Cetacea और proboscidea पर ध्यान देना होगा. The third one is both intra and extra abdominal testis. Generally, what happens in normal condition, testis is intra abdominal, while during breathing season, it is extra abdominal. Example, your bat and rabbit. So, how many questions you have seen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 questions you have seen from this topic. Now see the structure of testis. It is located in the scrotal sac. So if you see this part, then this testis, a scrotal sac, is attached to with abdominal cavity through a canal. This canal is called inguinal canal. Is your first neat question. Inguinal canal is present in. It is present between your neat question, abdominal cavity, and a scrotal sac. In embryonic condition, this testis from abdominal cavity to it moves in a scrotal sac. This testis, really it is not said to be testis, it is said to be testicle, because it is two components, testis plus epididymis. So here is, if you see same part in details, so this structure is your testis, and this vertical structure is said to be epididymis. This testicle, simply you can say testis, is attached with a mass of connective tissue said to be gubernaculum. Is your next question? How? When this testis comes in a scrotal sac, then again it can move from the scrotal sac to abdominal cavity. This testis can move, but due to gubernaculum, it is fixed and is not able to move from the scrotal sac to an abdominal cavity. Now we are going to see the fine structures, section of testicle, testis. So now you see the section of testis. From here you may get more than 90 NEET as well as AIIMS questions. So this figure is very important for you. So first of all, you see that in this testis having three layers. The outer layer is tunica vaginalis. The middle layer is tunica albuginea, while the inner layer is tunica vasculosa. If you see the section of testis, that means each testis having more than 250 testicular chamber. This black one is your testicular chamber. Testicular chamber. This testicular chamber is formed by middle layer tunica albuginea. In each testicular chamber, more than 2 means 2 to 3 seminiferous tubules are present. These seminiferous tubules are responsible for formation of male gamete sperms. There are two special type of cells are present in seminiferous tubules. These are spermatogonial cells, and the second one is Sertoli cells. These spermatogonial cells help in spermatogenesis, means formation of sperms. Your next question is, these spermatogonial cells are cuboidal, while second cell is your Sertoli cells, is your columnar cells. These Sertoli cells, also called sustentacular cells, nurse cells. These Sertoli cells provide nutrition to sperms, so also called nursing cells. In between two seminiferous tubules, there is a space and presence of interstitial cells. Due to presence of specific cells between two seminiferous tubules, that's why these cells are said to be interstitial cells, cells of Leydig. These cells are responsible for synthesis of male hormone, androgen, testosterone. So here is your androgen, cells of Leydig, androgen. In between two different seminiferous tubules, there are some special cells. These are phagocytic in nature, mainly T cells. These cells are phagocytic in nature, and these cells protect testes from the foreign particles. These Sertoli cells having two special factors. That means the first one is ABP, antigen binding protein, and the second one is inhibin. This ABP helps in spermatogenesis, while inhibin inhibits follicle stimulating hormone from anterior lobe of pituitary. So just now we have seen that in these parts, that in the next one is tubuli erectile. The straight part of seminiferous is said to be tubuli erectile. So is your two neat questions. Now all these tubuli erectile combine to form a red testis. So if you see over here, there is your red testis. From red testis, vas efferentia comes out. This vas efferentia is thin and ciliated. Now this vas efferentia comes out from the tail of epididymis and forms vas differentia If you see the part of vertical part of testicle is said to be epididymis, where there is temporary storage of sperms. It has three major parts. The first one is head of epididymis. So is your neat question is head of epididymis. It is said to be caput epididymis. It is said to be caput epididymis. So caput epididymis is the head of epididymis. Yeah, upper part of epididymis is, your answer is caput epididymis. Yeah, broad part of epididymis is caput epididymis. So from here you have seen four neat questions. The middle part of epididymis is corpus epididymis, and the tail of epididymis is said to be chorda epididymis. Yeah, simply we can say tail of epididymis. Yeah, narrow part of epididymis is. So narrow part of epididymis is said to be chorda epididymis. From here vas differentia comes out. So is your next question that from which part of epididymis, from where vas differentia comes out? Then we have to reply chorda epididymis. Now, if this vas differentia comes out, then it goes to it. If is your urinary bladder, then there is your seminal vesicles. Is your seminal vesicles? Here is your seminal vesicles. So this seminal vesicles, vas differentia combines with seminal vesicles, and from seminal vesicles it forms ejaculatory duct. This ejaculatory duct opens in prostate urethra, then membranous urethra, then penile urethra. The length of penile urethra is 12 centimeter. Is your neat question. Then penile urethra opens in urethral meatus. Yeah, simply said to be opening of urethra, and it opens outside of penis. अब आप यहाँ देखें male accessory duct is your next question. The first one is red testis. The second one is vas efferentia. The third one is epididymis, and the fourth one is vas deferens. All these four ducts form male accessory duct. यहाँ से आपको 3-4 मेडिकल क्वेश्चंस आपको मिल जाएंगे. अलग अलग एग्जांपल आपको दे सकते हैं, या तो ऑप्शन ए बी सी डी ऑल ऑफ द अबव, या अलग और कुछ एग्जांपल दे सकते हैं. सेकंड लास्ट ईयर क्वेश्चन आया था, व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन vas efferentia is cut? Yeah, vas efferentia is blocked. What happens when vas efferentia is blocked? तो अभी आप देख रहे हैं vas efferentia is originated from red testis. So if vas efferentia is blocked, then there is no transmission of sperms from testis to epididymis. It's so typical questions. What happens? Because if this vas efferentia is cut, if it cut, and this vas efferentia is originated from red testis, so your option should be there is no transfer of sperms from seminiferous tubules of testis to epididymis. Okay, thank you. Best of luck.